Rank Incorporated, in association with Caesars Palace, presents the World Middleweight Championship.
Tonight, a big night of boxing. We will kick off with that WBA Bantamweight Championship match between Richard Sandoval and Gaby Canizales. Sandoval is a popular champion, but he is one who has not fought that often since he won the title from Jeff Chandler. He's only defended it twice in a couple of years. What about Ritchie? He doesn't feel like he gets the respect from boxing people.
Well, it's tough for him because there haven't been any exciting challenges around, Al, and it takes two to tango. But tonight might be the night. He may get the respect. We have the perfect matchup, a boxer against a puncher. Sandoval against Canizales.
Let's send things up now to ring announcer Chuck Hull.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Caesars Palace Sports Arena, where tonight Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Caesars Palace, presents The Fights, an evening of championship boxing. Your referee for the opening bout of the evening is Carlos Padilla. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBA Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of Laredo, Texas, weighing 116 1/2 pounds, with a professional record of 32 wins, 2 defeats, and 25 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, Gaby Canizales. And in the red corner, from Pomona, California, weighing 117 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career, 29 wins, 17 KOs. The WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Ritchie Sandoval.
You know the rules of boxing. Avoid using any kinds of foul. Don't throw any punches during the break. Chief seconds, you will be responsible for any misbehavior of assistant seconds. And don't put too much grease, okay? Seconds, come out fighting.
Sandoval in the black trunks, and in the white it is Gaby Canizales. The number one contender, Canizales, and the champion, of course, Ritchie Sandoval.
Al, Canizales facially reminds me a little bit of Roberto Duran.
And equally as aggressive, and you see him come right out with a two-punch combination. Canizales, a 28-year-old from Laredo, Texas, expects to take the action to Ritchie Sandoval, and he hopes Sandoval will stay there with him. But right by Canizales.
Sandoval's going to have to keep that left hand working overtime, Al. Can't stay in front of this kid and punch with him.
And indeed, Ritchie using the jab early. They're both good body punchers, especially Canizales.
I'm amazed at the way Sandoval has been able to come down and weight. Al, I watched him box with Paul Gonzalez in L.A. He was about 130 pounds, and that wasn't so long ago. I don't think it's good to take that much weight off in so short a time.
And the reminder, he came in at 117 3/4. It's cold out here, make no mistake about it, somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 degrees. There are hot TV lights over the ring, but that isn't going to have as much an impact as you might think. It's still chilly out here. Not much movement from Sandoval so far. Are you surprised, Gil?
Yes, I am. I think he'd be using more lateral movement against a banger like this. But again, he keeps that left jab in Canizales' face, and that scores points, Al.
Halfway through round one, it's scheduled for 15. Again, the left hook by Canizales, and that punch has been there in the first round. Jab by Sandoval.
Combination by Canizales.
Good lead right hand. Again by Canizales. He hurt Sandoval with that one.
He has him hurt out.
There goes Ritchie Sandoval down in the first round. The champion has been decked.
And he is hurt out. His legs are rubber right now.
Sandoval has been down before. I've seen him down by Javier Barajos for one. He's in some trouble.
He's hurt this time, Al.
40 seconds left in the
Nailed
first
again.
round. Canizales looking to finish Ritchie Sandoval early.
throwing beautiful short punches now, snapping his punches.
Sandoval trying to survive a rocky first round. Will he do it?
Now
Again.
Izquierda por fuera.
Round one, a nightmare for Ritchie Sandoval. And it's ended. We go to his corner. Let's listen.
You gotta move, baby. You gotta move. You know, you can't be standing in there with him. That's what I told you. Don't go into that trap. You gotta move.
woke me up, son.
All right. That's what I needed. The top come off. Put the top on. Come on, baby. You gotta do it, Ritchie. You're the man. You're the champ, Ritchie. Look at the piece. You gotta move, baby. You gotta move. You can't back him. You can't stay in there, but he's gonna come out for you. You can't let him get set. You either gotta get off or move. Make him reach for you. Yeah. Make him reach, or else he'll come back and beat him with a punch. Okay? But don't let him get set, baby. You're the champ, Ritchie. You're the champ. What do you do, Ritchie? You gotta move, baby.
The voice of Tony Serta, and boy, they told him what you had said at the beginning. He's got to move.
Well, Al, I think it's what you had said at the beginning. You picked up the fact that he was standing still, and I just told you should be moving from side to side. Anyhow, we picked it up right away.
Somebody did anyway. In any case, we hope Ritchie Sandoval picks it up, or at least his corner does. Good round, obviously, for the challenger. He's highly motivated in this fight. He is wailing away with combinations. Still no movement from Sandoval.
I can't believe what Sandoval said. He said, that's what I needed to wake me up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to need anything like that, Al.
Sandoval, 25 years old, from Pomona, California, has defended his title only twice in the last couple of years. He's in there with the #1 contender, and he's finding Canizales a tough man to deal with.
Al, at the end of the last round, Sandoval was really rocky when he went back to this corner. It looked like he was walking on a boat.
Had a hard time finding his corner, too. Good left hook. Sandoval's hurt again. Canizales hurt him with a good left hook. What about the defense of Canizales, Gil? It's excellent.
Excellent defense. Hands up. Wings his punches and gets back in good position right away. Very impressive. And Sandoval, until he gets hurt, all he does is use that left hand now.
Three-punch combination by Canizales.
The other guy's punching in combination. Sandoval's using one hand. It's one gun against two.
The lead right misses, but that's been there several times for Canizales. A horrendous start for champion Ritchie Sandoval. Halfway through the second. This one's scheduled for 15, but it shows no signs of wanting to go that far.
That seems to be Sandoval's entire offense, just that stiff jab, Al.
Well, he's got a good right hand and a good left hook, but we haven't seen it. Again, the uppercut from Canizales.
I still think I'm looking at a little Roberto Duran in that.
And he does, very reminiscent of his style. Of course, we've seen Canizales many times before. He is an aggressive fighter. Good straight right, and again, the left hook behind it by Canizales. Still no movement from Sandoval.
Finally, a straight right hand from Sandoval. Even though it didn't land, it will get Canizales' attention.
A couple of good left hooks. Now remember, Ritchie Sandoval has been a slow starter in other fights. I mentioned he'd been down against Javier Barraus, also went down against Alonso Gonzalez, came back to win both those fights. But Gaby Canizales may be a whole different story.
And you have to remember how this fight is scored on points. He's behind a lot of points right now.
Certainly a 10-8 round in the first one, and he's losing this round pretty big also. That'll do it for round two. First, Ritchie Sandoval's corner. Any change in instructions? We'll see.
Be nice and deep. You gotta roll them combinations. You gotta put them together, okay? You gotta put them combinations together. Don't stand right there in front of me, okay? Put combinations together. Put your combinations together, Ritchie. Right here.
move into Gaby Canizales' corner.
Tápalo con velocidad tantito y luego lo agarras otra vez igual. No quieras a puro cañonazo, no. Trabaja un ratito en velocidad y luego ratito lo vuelves a agarrar. ¿Me entiendes? Pero tápate con velocidad. Tú tienes la velocidad que trabaja tu jab. Busca la derecha al centro.
Even if you don't understand Spanish, you can understand jab, jab, jab.
What he said, Al, he says, go out there and knock him down and win the fight.
Yeah, okay, Gil. We're headed into round 3. Canizales in the white trunks, 28-year-old from Laredo, Texas. In the black, the champion from Pomona, California, Ritchie Sandoval.
You know, Al, after the first round, they told Sandoval to move. He didn't move. Now after this round, they told him to throw combinations. Let's see if he throws the combinations. See, it's okay to tell a fighter what to do, but he has to go out and do it.
So far, Ritchie Sandoval has not been able to follow through on those instructions. Could it be, Gil, that the weight loss has robbed him of the strength to move?
Well, I was very surprised, as I say, Al. For a kid in this weight class, for a kid to take off 10 pounds, that's like the bigger guys taking off like 25 pounds in a month. Took off an awful lot of weight in a short period of time, and he doesn't look strong at all.
Lead right lands again for Canizales.
I like the way he came back with that left hook, Al. That's a well-trained fighter. Sandoval has a little bruise under his left eye. It looks like it could bust open at any time.
The lead right has been there all night so far for Canizales.
Well, Sandoval is standing dead still. Has his hands up using his jab, but he's not moving his feet.
Past the halfway point here in round 3. It's scheduled for 15 for the WBA Bantamweight Championship. Again, the combination punching of Canizales.
Again, now he has 2 hands, Sandoval. He's only using 1. The other kid's using 2.
Canizales told me this week, my time has come. I lost my first title bid. I wasn't ready. Chandler was too good a boxer. I'm ready now, and boy, so far he has shown it.
Píntalo, Gaby, píntalo.
This is not the Ritchie Sandoval that I know, Al.
Certainly he performed much more brilliantly in beating Chandler for the title back in 1984.
Look at that beautiful combination by Canizales. Beautiful.
And Sandoval is stunned again. This is just what Gaby Canizales wanted.
And Sandoval is telling him, come on, come on.
Vivo, vivo, vivo.
You can go too far with that macho, Al.
Ritchie Sandoval has never lost. He is 29-0 with 17 KOs.
And a great amateur record, Al.
Tremendous. He won. He would have been an Olympian in 1980, but for the boycott. He feels that robbed him of notoriety and money. And right now, Gaby Canizales would like to rob him of the title.
That left eye is getting to look more angry all the time. There's that right hand right on it again.
Tony Serta will talk to Sandoval.
Give me a book, you know. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Put his mouth, please. Wash his mouth. Wash his mouth to the ear.
And in the last round, Ritchie Sandoval certainly took some punches, and Gil here is a classic example of it.
Look at the way that kid puts those punches together. Beautiful combinations. There's a 6, 7, 8 punch combination, Al.
And nothing from Sandoval. He was trying to protect himself. So far, the best performance Canizales could have. Tim?
Al, I'm watching in the corner here, Ritchie Sandoval. They have a slight cut over the, just under the right eyebrow that they're attending to. And also that little bruise under the left eye has also broken open, as Gil suggested it was about to. That's less serious, obviously, because it will bleed below the eye, but he has a slight cut over his right eye.
All right, we head into round 4. And in addition to everything, the cuts and bruises that Tim detailed could cause some problems for Sandoval.
The thing that makes this very tough for Sandoval is he gets way behind on points, Al. He's really not known as a big puncher. He just doesn't figure to hit Canizales on the chin and get him out of there with one punch. So he has to stay in the fight.
And in fact, in his last 4 fights, all non-title fights, he's won all by 10-round decision. Canizales continues to put the pressure on Ritchie.
Márcalo, Gaby, márcalo. Seguido, 2-3, hombre.
And a reminder that coming up next, Tommy Hearns against James Schuler for the NABF middleweight title. That one, of course, promises to be a good one, as this one has been. There's the jab of Sandoval, but he's got to do something off it.
He has that educated left jab. There's no denying that. But as you suggest, he's going to have to put something behind it. Just throw a straight right hand, and he does throw a nice straight right hand. But he has to use it more often. He has to get Canizales respect, and so far he hasn't.
Good left to the body. We mentioned that Canizales is a fine body puncher, as is Sandoval when he's on, but tonight has not been one of his better performances thus far.
Well, it's tough to get nailed early, Al. Sometimes it takes you a couple of rounds to get over it. See, Canizales can throw a lead like that and miss it. He doesn't have to pay for it. When Sandoval makes him miss a punch like that, he should be countering it.
Canizales now even winning the battle of the jabs on occasion, and of course that is one of the big punches in Sandoval's arsenal. A minute left to go in the 4th round. It's been a mere image of the first 3, with Canizales doing most of the good work, although Sandoval has had some better moments in this round.
He just threw a combination there now, and the judges, a lot of times with Sandoval wins rounds like this, he just keeps pumping that left hand, at the end of the round, he's got a round in the bank.
Lead right, but misses that time. You can feel Sandoval getting into the rhythm of this fight a little bit more.
By far his best round in a fight. But he steps with that jab. He should be easy to counter. If Canizales slips that jab, he should be able to hit him with a hook.
That'll do it for round 4. And we're going to head into Tommy Hearns' dressing room, apparently.
Well, Al, we'll see Tommy Hearns having his hands wrapped. He's up next against James Schuler, WBC Super Welterweight Champion Thomas Hearns, a record of 40-2, 34 knockouts, fighting at the middleweight, challenging for the North American title held by James Black Gold Schuler. And of course, the entire motivation for Hearns, if he gets the victory, he gets another opportunity at Marvin Hagler, provided that he's not upset by John the Beast Mugabe. So both of those fights still ahead. On our coverage from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. What a remarkable sight here at ringside. Nearly all of the seats are now filled. The rain is still coming down. It has abated somewhat, but these are serious fight fans. Of course, they paid up to $400 to attend, and they are here, rain or not. Many of them have come from all parts of the world, and it's quite a sight in this inclement weather to see all of these huddled masses here to watch the championship bouts.
Saw Gil Clancy do his anti-rain dance just before the show started, and I guess it worked. We're into round 5.
It only works in Rockaway Beach, huh?
Al Bernstein along with Gil Clancy and Tim Ryan. A delight to work with them, I might add, bringing you this championship boxing action. And Gil, scoring-wise, how would you look at this fight?
Well, I have Canizales way ahead, Al. Again, we're on a point scoring basis, not a round. Again, he has Sandoval hurt badly, Al.
Left hook,
hasn't hurt. Is he nailing him?
Sandoval in trouble on the ropes. Fights his way off. Lands his own good right hand.
No question he has a champion's heart, Al.
He has been rocked several times. He was down in the first round and on wobbly legs, but Canizales couldn't put him away. We're in the 5th. Big rally. It will be a knockdown. The second of the fight.
7.
That's a very effective punch that Canizales uses. It's a half jab hook. Brings it right between Sandoval's hands. And he has Sandoval hurt badly now. Just a question of time now.
Canizales with a right that doesn't land solidly and still wobbly legs trying to push him off.
Nailed him again. What heart that Sandoval has, though.
He's taking big shots from Canizales. He's still there.
Standing dead still.
Here, round 5. He's fighting back off the ropes. He's been down once, close to going down again.
There's no snap in his punch, Al. I really think that weight was a problem for him.
Gaby Canizales delighted to take advantage of it. What a superb performance by Gaby. Ritchie languishes on the ropes and pays the price. Padilla looking carefully.
One good hook to the body from Canizales, now he's going to set up everything else. Making a mistake and too much for the head.
Sandoval fighting on hard, but lands a 3-punch combination. A gutsy performance by Sandoval.
Oh, we knew that. We knew he had the courage.
And blood now, I believe, from the right eye of Gaby Canizales. And he gets a shot on it from Sandoval. A bad cut over the right eye of Canizales. Wow, what a round.
What a round.
Waiting patiently, James Schuler.
We're looking into the dressing room of James Schuler, 22-0 his record, the North American middleweight champion, 26 years of age from Philadelphia. Somewhat of an unknown, even though he's had such an impressive pro record. A lot of fans who are kind of general sports fans probably haven't heard much about James Schuler, and that kind of bothers him. He knows that a victory over Thomas Hearns tonight will prove that he belongs among the very top, and he'll have his opportunity against the winner of Hagler and Mugabe. Back here, they're working now on the cut of Gaby Canizales, gentlemen. As we look in the Sandoval's corner, his cuts have seemed to have been healed up pretty well so far by the cut men, but in the Canizales corner, they've now got a problem over the right eye of Gaby Canizales.
Jesse Reed, the man you saw moving in there to work on that cut. We're into round 6. What a soap opera. Sandoval down in the 1st, down in the 5th, but in the 5th round, fighting literally on instinct, I would think, Gil. He opened a cut over the right eye of Canizales.
And it's in a very bad spot, Al. It's under the eyebrow. Could prove to be very, very troublesome. If I was in Canizales' corner now, Al, I'd tell him, you got to go out and get this kid out of there.
The cut could be a big factor, as Gil said. And for Canizales, he's got to despair a little bit over that because it's the only blemish on what has been a tremendous performance by him.
When he had Sandoval hurt badly, Al, he made the mistake that so many fighters make. He just went headhunting. 1 or 2 punches to the body, and everything else would have been academic.
And he is a good body puncher, Canizales. Round 6 is scheduled for 15. Gaby Canizales in the white. Ritchie Sandoval, the now beleaguered champion, in the black, but the cut over Canizales' right eye is bleeding again.
And it's running right down into the eye, Al.
Good jabs by Canizales. There's no question Gaby is ahead in this fight. He has dominated virtually every round, with the possible exception of the 4th.
Now, if they give Jesse Reed a little more time to work on that cut, the longer that medicine stays in there, then the cut may possibly bind up. But right now, it's a very, very angry cut. And again, Canizales should let it all hang out.
He is trying. Though obviously in this round has not been as effective because of the cut bothering him. And Jesse Reed, a good cut man as well in the corner. Good right by Sandoval.
But we both know he isn't a big puncher. That was a right hand right on the button, and absolutely nothing happened. It's amazing the way Sandoval throws that jab. He steps in with it, Al, and he's glued to the canvas after he throws the jab. Should be able to counter it. They just did it again. Should be able to counter it very, very easily.
Round 6, things have slowed a bit for both these fighters. The cut obviously bothering Canizales. He has not been able to throw as many combinations as he had earlier. That'll do it. For the 6th, Ritchie Sandoval nearly goes back to the wrong corner. We peek into Canizales' corner and they work on that cut.
Well, they should get right to work on it now, and they have. Got the big towel there. I always believed that it was very, very important, more important than even using the adrenaline, was to use a very, very cold towel. The cold constricts those capillaries and stops that blood from coming down. And they should keep pressure on the eye right until the last second. Now nobody's doing a thing with the eye.
That is one of the first tenets of working on a cut, to keep the pressure on it. You're right, they did that.
Yeah, they probably have another 30 seconds.
Listen, keep that jab in his face and keep doubling it up. You keep him on the back step, you hear me? And don't forget his body. All right. You're looking good. You won that round. Keep winning the round. I'm going to steal it about last.
The voice of Jesse Reed. Canizales heading out for the 7th round.
Well, Jesse told Gaby Canizales to keep using the jab and keep winning the rounds. And I hate to disagree with my good friend Jesse Reed, but I'd be telling my fighter to start using those bombs, start throwing the hooks, and try to get him out of there.
Well, you mentioned that the cut medicine may take more effect as it goes on. Do you think he's just trying to buy some time? Or?
Well, no, I think that that's his strategy now. He's way ahead in the fight. I guess he figures he got it in the bank. But I'd be a little more concerned about that cut, because 1 or 2 more punches on the cut, they can bust wide open.
Also, a reminder, this is only the 7th round. Now, it's scheduled for 15. Now, certainly 2 of those rounds were 2-point rounds for Canizales, so he is probably way ahead, but as Gil said, that cut could stop things prematurely. Sandoval gaining some confidence here, landing the jab, still not throwing much behind it, however.
And still standing dead still. And now they've turned Canizales into a boxer, Al. And he was very effective when he was just walking in and throwing those combinations. And as you pointed out earlier, he might even be able to out-jab Sandoval.
He's working that jab, Gabby. Keep sticking it to him. Keep sticking it to him. That's it. That's the way. Work the left hand. Work it. Work the left hand.
Both fighters using their jab and not much else in this round. And Canizales' combinations have become fewer as this fight has gone on.
He may be getting a little tired, Al.
He set a torrid pace over the first 5 rounds.
Yes, wow. He did. But the well-trained fighter should get his second win. Then he has another advantage. They're fighting outdoors. And I've always found that a fight outdoors, a guy can go an extra 3 or 4 rounds because he gets a lot more oxygen.
There goes Sandoval from a right hand from nowhere. He is really hurt. Ritchie Sandoval hurt again.
Al, if he survives this, it's going to be a miracle because he was really hurt.
For all the world, it looked like it would end in the 5th. Now we're in the 7th. He's been down again. A jab sends him down.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Remember, Al, 3 knockdowns and the fight is over.
The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. 1 more and Ritchie Sandoval, his history and his title is gone. He's down. That's it. Gaby Canizales, the youngster, the 28-year-old from Laredo, Texas, has done it on his 2nd try. Ritchie Sandoval still on the canvas, and they will minister to him quickly. Sandoval appears to be out cold right now.
He was hurt badly, Al. Sometimes it doesn't pay for a fighter to have too much courage. He took a beating in that fight. Those last punches were devastating.
We saw tremendous courage from Sandoval, as you said, Gil, maybe too much courage. A happy Gaby Canizales. He gets the title on his 2nd try, but some concern right now for that You see them ready to stretch her. We certainly hope that there will be no serious injuries to Ritchie Sandoval.
There are 3 doctors attending the boxing fights here tonight. And Dr. Flip Pomansky of Las Vegas was immediately into the ring when he went down the 3rd time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Carlos Padilla stops the bout at 2 minutes, 47 seconds of the 7th round. The winner by a TKO and new WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Gaby Canizales.
Now we're back to show the 3rd knockdown. A solid left hand and then a right hand over. And he's really helpless here, and there's that uppercut that sends him down. There are the paramedics about to take Ritchie Sandoval to the hospital, and we will certainly try and give you a medical report before the evening is out.
We hope Ritchie Sandoval will be all right, and some concern there, but Gaby, you came out very strong, and I assume you did just what you wanted to tonight.
Yeah, well, first of all, these things happen in boxing, and I hope Sandoval is okay. I hope to God that he's okay, and he'll be all right.
We're getting ready now for the Hearns-Schuler North American Boxing Federation Middleweight Championship over 12 rounds. The champion is James Schuler, and the challenger is Tommy Hearns, and they'll be headed to the ring.